Yo, what is up everyone? I hope that you are having a great day and welcome to the video. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing the exact strategy that I'm currently following that has already made me hundreds of thousands of dollars, and it's pretty much guaranteed to make me multiple millions in the next couple of months or the next couple of years. So honestly, there are so many online businesses. I'm sure you've been bombarded with videos, this is how you make $10,000 a month from home. This is how you make $10,000 a month doing this and that, this and that. There's so many different ways to make money, and some of them are bullshit, some of them work. But honestly, what I have found is that the majority of them just leave you feeling like you have no time to yourself, like you have no time freedom. Yes, you're making a little bit of money, but you almost turn into a glorified employee, and yeah, you're just tied to your work too much, and you're making all of this money, but you don't have any time to actually spend by yourself, and to enjoy the fruits of your labor. And honestly, what I'm going to share in this video today is a business model where you have location freedom, you have time freedom, and most importantly, you can make a bunch of money, which is going to give you that financial freedom that you want. In my opinion, becoming wealthy is by building a business that works for you, that works while you sleep, that generates you cash flow while you sleep, so that you don't have to be tied to the business and you're not trading your time for money anymore. Okay? Really, this business model is a digital gold rush. And the business model that I'm speaking about today is e-commerce, but more specifically brand building. Okay? We want to build a brand around a product that we can then bring to the market and sell completely online. The reason why this works is because the e-commerce industry is a booming industry. Every single day, there are new users coming to the market, and there are people spending more and more money. I mean, if we just take a look at the statistics, just pulling it up on my computer right now, if we just search on the internet, e-commerce industry growth, we can see that at the moment, or in 2022, the industry was valued at $18.98 trillion, and it is projected to rise to 47.73 trillion just by 2023. Okay, that is in 8 years. It almost is going to double, or it's going to more than double in size just in 8 years. That means double the amount of money that is currently circulating on the e-commerce or in the e-commerce market is going to double in size. So not only are people going to start spending more money, but there's going to be more people that are going to transition into spending money on the internet. So how do we capitalize off of this? How do we capitalize off of this massive boom? Because obviously, people are throwing money around, okay? Besides this statistic, at the moment, everyone, the financial markets are inflated. Everyone has, obviously, there's people in poverty, but in general, people have more money than they ever had before. And people are also spending more money than they've ever spent before. Okay, people are throwing around money. Everything is inflated at the moment, and there's too much money circulating, so people don't know what to do with it besides to spend it. All right? So we're going to capitalize off of this, and we're going to create an e-commerce brand. This brand is then going to generate us cash flow every single day. We're going to be making thousands of dollars every single day. Plus, we're actually building something that has equity, okay? Because the e-commerce industry is booming, it means that investors are also looking very closely into this space, because if you build a brand that's generating cash flow, it's essentially an asset that people will be looking to scoop up so that they can benefit off of that cash flow, right? So not only are we going to build something that's going to generate us cash flow every single day, we're also going to build something that we can potentially then sell down the line for multiple millions of dollars. And that is the plan that I'm currently following at the moment. So I've been following the strategies share in this video for about 3 years now. I've built and scaled multiple 7-figure stores, and at the moment I've got a portfolio of 2 e-commerce brands that I'm currently building, and honestly just doing my best to get that big exit within the next couple of months, or maybe in the next year or two. But for now, just enjoying the cash flow, and it's a great life. It's literally never felt like work to me, just because I can work on my own hours. I'm the boss of my business. I've hired a team which has helped me to just free up my time, buy my time back, so that I'm honestly not even working that much anymore, which is why now I have time to do videos like this and help other people. But yeah, I mean, all of this is just words at the end of the day. So I'm gonna go over to a video that I recorded just of some of my results, just so that you can see that I'm actually credible and I know what I'm talking about. So let me just pull that up real quick over here. Okay, so this is a video of me basically going over my Triple Whale dashboard, which is basically my dashboard which tracks all the income and the expenses of my brands. So let's take a watch at this video.
So on the Triple Whale dashboard right now, obviously you can see that, this is not photoshopped. As you can see, last month we did around $205,000 in revenue. We did around $50,000 in profit with a 2.99 ROAS on our $69,000 in ad spend. So yeah, you can see that it's my name over here, LB, Liam Bradshaw. It was last month, and it's clearly not photoshopped.
Alright, so I'm obviously not showing that to flex in any way. Obviously it's good money. There's guys in the space doing much bigger numbers than me, and honestly, I'm just getting started. I'm just showing you this to show you guys that, I do know what I'm talking about, and I am actually generating results in this field. So yeah, like I promised in the beginning of this video, I'm going to be sharing the exact strategy that I currently follow to build brands, to build these cash flow assets that provide you with cash flow every day and allow you to live an amazing life of abundance and freedom. So got a quick PowerPoint here to share with you guys. So yeah, how do we build $1 million brand? How do we capitalize off of this opportunity and get a piece of the pie, secure some of this money that is being thrown around for ourselves so that we can live a good life, secure a good future for us, secure a good future for our family, and yeah, just build something great. So firstly, we need to find a product to sell. Okay, that's pretty much step number one in order to build a brand. You need to actually find a product to build that brand around. Now, there are so many different products on the market, and one thing that I will say is that we don't need to reinvent the wheel. Okay, literally every single day, new products are popping up, new solutions are popping up, so we don't need to reinvent the wheel. Okay, we can simply observe the trends that are currently rising, and we can observe the different products that then come along with these trends, and then we can pick a product to sell based off of these trends and based off of these problems. Okay, so once we find a product, we need to obviously take a look at our competitor and see how we can then iterate on what the competitor is doing, do it better, maybe target a different audience, but we'll go into that in a second. The first thing honestly that we need to do is we need to see if we can actually source it from China, because if we can source it from China, that means that there are currently suppliers in China, there are currently manufacturers manufacturing this product in China, so we can then connect with an agent that's going to source it for us from the factories, that's going to hold inventory for us, and it's going to ship it out directly from China. So if you're not aware, we are going to be drop shipping. Essentially we're building a brand and we're using drop shipping as the fulfillment method for our brand. So a lot of people have negative connotations around drop shipping, but honestly, if you have a good supplier and you're doing it ethically, you can really get the products from China to anywhere in the world within, as little as 3 to 10 days. So it's all about just getting a good supplier, getting a good agent, and then making sure that they are on top of it with processing the orders. There's really just no point of getting inventory, in different countries around the world when we have China that's actively working every single day to improve their logistics. Okay, so we see if we can source it from China by looking on AliExpress. Super simple, just go into AliExpress, search for the product. If it's there, that means that we can source it from China, and that is because AliExpress is the biggest Chinese marketplace. So pretty much all of the products that are being manufactured in China, they're going to be on AliExpress. Okay, then we use Google Trends to validate if the product actually has velocity, if it is actually on an uptrend at the moment. If it's on a downtrend, we obviously don't want to dabble in that product. If it's starting to plateau, means that we don't really want to dabble in it. Okay, if it's on an uptrend, that is a very good sign. If we can't find the exact product on Google Trends, just search the overall niche. Just broaden your search until you actually find something coming up. So don't go too broad, but just slowly broaden it back and back and back, so that you can kind of just get an idea of if the niche or if the type of product is actually trending at the moment. Once the product is validated, we can then begin to break down and analyze the products. Okay, so we need to ask ourselves the question, why is this selling? Okay, why are people actually interested in this product, and is that reason viable? How are competitors marketing it, and what are potential ways that we can market it? These are all things that we need to think about so that we can then start getting creative and we can start brainstorming how we're actually going to build our brand. Because just because one competitor is selling it in one way, let's say one competitor is selling, let's take a bra for example. I saw a brand the other day that's absolutely crushing it. They've taken a normal bra, but they've just gone down the niche. They made it very niche specific for girls with small breasts. So as opposed to just a normal bra company, they've made their brand seem extremely specialized, and they've made it, they've connected with that audience a lot more by made it specialized for girls with small breasts, whereas it's the same product. But yeah, getting a bit ahead of myself now. I'll explain more about that in a second. Next up, we need to iterate on the product. Okay, so we need to analyze other brands, and we need to ask ourselves these questions. So how can we position this product in a different light? How can we differentiate ourselves from the other brands that are currently on the market? And how can we actually maybe make our brand appear more premium? How can we make it seem more valuable? And how do we just create an edge over the competitors? How do we come up with offers to make our product more compelling for customers to buy? Okay, or maybe how do we even potentially present this product to a completely new audience? We can take the same product, think about a different problem that it solves, and present it to a completely different pool of people than our competitors are presenting it to, and boom, then we got no competition, but it's the same product. Small niches can make a lot of money if you make your product seem extremely specialized and you make your brand seem extremely catered towards that group of people. Next up, we need to brand the product. So branding is basically creating a consistent ecosystem for the product. All right, so firstly, we come up with a name. You can use AI for this. There's a website called Namelix that you can use, namelix.com, like Lix.com. And basically Namelix is going to use AI, and it's going to give you a bunch of different names that you can use for your brand. Obviously, pick one that sounds good. Pick one that rolls off the tongue nicely. Alliteration is always good. But honestly, I like to go for brands that are just one word, clean, something that we can make a clean logo out of. And then next up, we want to distinguish our brand colors. I'd recommend only having 3 colors for your brand, usually black, white, and then another color. My brand, my personal brand, is like this blue color. I use that on all of my assets, and that's consistent to me. So when people come and they interact with my brand, it feels like they're entering something unique and something that is consistent with me. We then need to create a logo. We can use Canva for this. Again, just make it very simple. Then we need to solidify the messaging. So the messaging is basically how we position our brand and how we convey the overall feel of our brand. So the messaging consists of the tone, the language, and the style that we are using to communicate our USP. And our USP is basically our unique selling point. So what about our product is unique, and how are we leveraging that unique aspect to sell the product? Then we need to build a strong emotional connection with the target audience. So what emotion are we trying to evoke within the customer? We're trying to make them feel confident. We're trying to make them feel luxurious, polished. Or we're trying to make them feel, whatever it may be. Just think about what emotion you're trying to make them feel. And then obviously through your branding, through the fonts that you're using, through your copywriting on your website, then you can go ahead and you can just convey that emotion through every single aspect of your brand. Then we use Shopify.com to build a website. It's literally $1 a month, so super cheap for the first month, and then it comes with a subscription. But you should be able to make sales within that first month. So yeah, Shopify is the simple way to go and the easiest way to do it. Just had to pause the video because I had some food at the door, but we're back now. So yeah, branding, very, very important. That's really what makes our product unique, is just the branding. People pay 10 times more for a brand, for a logo. Louis Vuitton could have a shirt that was made in the exact same factory as H&M, but Louis Vuitton is going to charge 10 times more, and it's because of the branding. So very simple example, but it just shows you that branding is extremely important, and honestly, in my opinion, one of the most important things. Then it comes to actually marketing the product. So how are we going to actually position this product, and how are we going to connect with our audience? Okay, so it really doesn't matter how good your product is. Literally, if you're not marketing it well, no one's going to buy it. If you're not presenting it in a good light, if you're not breaking down the customer pain points, if you're not connecting with them, it doesn't matter. No one's going to buy it. So the way that you do this is you brainstorm 5 to 10 different marketing angles that you could potentially use to market your product. The reason why we're trying to get different angles is because we don't want to just look at a competitor and do the same thing as them. We want to test different angles so that we're testing different markets of people. We're testing different pools of people, and then we can double down on what is actually working. By doing this, we also give ourselves and we give our brand a much better chance of succeeding, because we're presenting it to different people and we're evoking different responses from different people with different problems. okay? Once we figure that out, then we double down and we go full force with the angle that is working the best. So next up, we create really good ad creatives for our brand. I recommend at least 5 to 10 different ad creatives, and it's important to also understand that your ads need to be good, okay? The reason why they need to be good is because this is literally the first touch point that someone will have with your brand. It's the first touch point that you're ever having with your competitors, and first impressions matter, okay? If you leave a bad first impression, it's going to take a lot for you to then recover that, okay? If you leave a bad impression on your ad and they go to your website, they're not going to trust you. If you have a really good impression from your ad, that good impression is then going to carry on over onto the website. They're going to still have that good impression of you. It's going to carry on over to the checkout page, and it's going to get them to purchase, okay? So good ads matter, all right? Good ad scripts. Make sure you're brainstorming a bunch of ad scripts. Make sure that your editing is good. You're using high quality content. And overall, again, it's consistent with your brand. You must make it feel that the video that they're being presented with, or the image, is from the brand that they are then seeing when they go to the website. Next up, we want to run these ad creatives on Facebook and Instagram. Okay, this is when we start putting money behind the product, which is behind the ads, putting money behind the ads, which is then going to push traffic to our website. All right. Step number 5 is scaling the product. So this is the exciting part. At this point, we'll already have some sales coming in the door. We'll be starting to get some data back from Shopify, back from Facebook, so we can start making high-level decisions. And honestly, what's really great about scaling is, as I said at the bottom here, the more sales we make, the more profitable we can become, because we will have more data to make better decisions. But yeah, once the sales start rolling in, then we begin to scale. So first way to scale is to prioritize customer experience. So we want to make sure that we have high quality products, we're shipping our goods out fast, we have good customer support, and that way we build a loyal fan base. All of the biggest brands have repeat customers. Nike, Adidas, whatever it may be, makeup brands. If it's a good product, if someone feels good shopping from that site or from that store, they're always going to come back. And this is how we scale, because then we get repeat customers that we don't have to pay for. We don't have to put more money into marketing to get them to buy again, simply just because we provided them with a good customer experience. So yeah, we then double down on what is working. We start adding new creatives. We start pumping out a bunch of different new creatives, new variations of the product. Therefore, our loyal customers are going to purchase the new variations, and then we just run it from there. Honestly, then it's really exciting, because then we can literally just scale up the ad budgets. All we do on Facebook is change the ad budget, do a few different things within the ads manager, and that's going to bring us more traffic and therefore more sales. Next up is when we start buying our time back, okay? So this is when we start hiring a team and we start delegating work, which is the point that I'm at the moment. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I only do like a couple hours of work per day, and that's just because I want to continue to grow. So once our brand is generating sales, we then start removing ourselves from the business more and more, and we do this by hiring a team. It's as simple as hiring a few essential people to make sure that the business is growing, because if you're not growing, you're essentially dying. And checking in with them every day, making sure that everything is running smoothly, and that everything is going well, and that there's no issues. So essentially, a way to think about this is that you build the ship, you hire the crew, and then all that you have to do is steer it. So honestly, gets super exciting and becomes a cash flow machine that generates you money every single day. And like I said, it's something that we are building that we can eventually sell to create generational wealth. So the e-commerce industry is booming right now. There's never been a better time to get into it. Obviously, because it is booming, there's going to be more people spending more money, but with more people spending money will come more sellers. As the demand increases, so will the supply. So if you take long to get into this, it's only going to become harder. The barrier to entry is only going to become higher, and it's just going to become a much more difficult process for you to get started. So yeah, I really hope that you found this video educational. This is literally the exact strategy that I have followed to get myself to this point, where I've scaled multiple 7-figure stores. I've got 2 brands that I'm running at the moment, and traveling the world, living a good life, doing what I need to do. So yeah, again, hope that you found this video valuable. I do actually have a program going over all of these strategies in depth, basically covering everything that I spoke about here today, but just giving you the exact step-by-steps on how to do this and how to do it properly, because we want to do it properly from the get-go so that we can get that multi-million-dollar exit, okay? if you build something that has no foundation, not only is it going to come crashing down extremely quick, but you're also not going to have a good infrastructure for any investor that is looking to potentially buy your brand. They might see the numbers on the front end, they'll take a look at the back end, and they'll instantly be repulsed. Okay, so I do have that program. We got guys in there crushing it at the moment. We're doing weekly calls as well, giving them guidance. We got amazing guests on board every single week. So yeah, I mean, if you're interested in joining that, make sure to pop me a message. We don't take on everyone, so yeah, let me know if you'd like to join, and then we'll consider you. Just trying to keep the group small and efficient. So yeah, really hope that you enjoyed this. If you don't join the program, wishing you the very best, and I hope that the information that I shared in this video gives you a solid game plan to follow so that you can go and you can build this for yourself. I'm rooting for you. You got this, and let's make some money. Come on.